Good morning. The Gemara Masechet Ta'anit 26b tells us that there's no greater days for the Jewish people than the 2 days of Yom Kippur and Tu B'Av, the 15th of Av. Tonight is going to be Tu B'Av, 15th of Av. The Gemara says that the 15th of Av, that all the young maidens, the unmarried women, would go into the vineyards. They would all wear borrowed clothing. They would all look more or less the same clothing, and they would go and make shidduchim in the vineyards, and they would tell the young men, the bachelors, they would tell them, Sheker achen ve'ever yofi. Do not look to the beauty, rather to look who the person is, and they would make a lot of matchmaking on that day. So therefore, there's many other good things that happen on this day of Tu B'Av. We're going to speak about it in a second. But Shulchan Aruch Maran writes, Shulchan Aruch in Siman Kuf Lamed Aleph, Siv Vav, the custom is not to say Tahanun on the day of Tu B'Av, and it means even the Mincha this afternoon is not going to be Tahanun because of Tu B'Av. So the Chazal tell us that also there was many other good things that happened on Tu B'Av. For example, the people who were decreed to die in the desert, the people who cried on the report of the spies, they stopped dying on the day of Tu B'Av, 15th of Av. The Gemara tells us also that there was a rule that a woman from one tribe cannot marry to a man of a different tribe. When the Jewish people were in the desert and afterwards, until this day of Tu B'Av, they annulled this decree. They removed this rule that you're allowed to marry other people from a different tribe. Also, there was a point in time in Sefer Shoftim where there was a story of Pilegesh Begivah. There was a very hard story, very difficult story that happened to Am Yisrael, where there was men from a tribe of Binyamin that did a very, very big atrocity to a certain woman, and all Am Yisrael made a decree not to marry anyone from the tribe of Binyamin, and they went to war against them, and they finally got rid of the decree of not marrying the tribe of Binyamin. They got rid of it on 15th of Av. So you see there are a few things that are related to matchmaking, related to making shidduchim and marrying. So this is why the Tu B'Av gets this connotation, gets this understanding of like a day of matchmaking, a day of shidduchim. But the Gemara also says, interestingly, that the people who died in Beitar, there was a city called Beitar in the destruction of Beit HaMikdash. They were massacred by the Romans, and the Romans made a decree that they were not allowed to bury the bodies. And they had to stack them like a wall of people on top of each other, and they were sitting there unburied for many years, until finally they got permission to go and bury these bodies, and the Chazal instituted the bracha of Tov Metiv. The bracha after the Tivnei Yerushalayim is called a Tov Metiv. That bracha was instituted when they were able to bury these bodies of Beitar, and this was on Tu B'Av. The last thing the sages tell us is that they finally didn't have to collect any more wood for the Beit HaMikdash on the day of Tu B'Av. Already the weather is changing and the night is getting longer, and the last day they would collect wood for the entire year for the sacrifice for the altar in the Beit HaMikdash was by Tu B'Av. So now there's less time to go you don't have to go spend time getting the wood, there's more time to learn, that Chazal tell us. So therefore, in the day of Tu B'Av, the nights are getting longer, a person should coming more and more closer to Elul, he should go and schedule his time properly. He should learn Torah in the morning, in the evening. Baruch Adonai Olam.